Nope, now I just ruined everything.
Yep, because we're back on Being Live. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to Quests and Chaos, Dragon of Icespire Peak. I'm your DM this evening, James Arano, and we've got a bunch of lovely people with me today. We've got Tiana. I'm seeing your character names for some reason. Brain is not working. We've got Nick. We've got Nat. We've got Julie, and we've got Laura. Welcome. So wait a second. Thomas told me I have an announcement I need to say, and I completely forgot it. There wasn't one. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, voice of God.
Never mind. Brain's not working right now, but we have some lovely friends, one of which is Nord Games. If you go to Nord Games using the affiliate link, yes, thank you. Using the affiliate link, nordgamesllc.com/3, is that correct, Thomas? .html, don't forget that. You will go to the affiliate link, and when you buy something from there, you help out Nord Games, you help us out, and if you use the coupon code Chaotic20 at checkout, you help yourself to some good old 20% savings. Also, if you go to our other friend, Birds of Paradise, look at those dice. Those are the magpies. If you go through that affiliate link, you too, again, help them, help us. And Voice of God, is there a coupon code for Birds of Paradise? Chaotic. How much percent is that off? Wow. Thank you, God. Gods, goddesses, whichever one you affiliate yourself with. Thank you. Oh, they can't. Wow.
So you actually sound like a prophet talking to God, where no one else can hear it.
What are you talking about, James?
Yeah,
what are you...
So if you use coupon code Chaotic and you get 15% off. Thanks. Thank you. That's great. So that's great to know. So if I ever hear Thomas or whoever is speaking to me exclaim something out loud, y'all won't hear it.
Fair.
But yes, those are our friends, Nord Games and Birds of Paradise. Nord Games also currently has their Kickstarter for their Dangerous Destinations, which is very similar to their Spectacular Settlements. You roll a dice, you roll another dice, and from those you get a combination of a thing that is dangerous and a destination. So go check out their Kickstarter for Dangerous Destinations. That is on right now. I believe that is it for announcements. Does anyone else have any announcements? I look to my left because I believe that's where people are. I look down because I believe that's also where people are. I will take the silence as a no. So we're going straight into the bits. How many do y'all have carried over from last week? I believe 4 because nothing happened.
Correct.
No combat happened. So adding to that is Duke Flea with 1,000 bits to the players.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Shoop a da whoop. And to balance the Duke is the Baroness, giving 1,000 bits for me. Thank you, Baroness. So that is 4 total. Excuse me. Okay. Voice of God, do we have an opening theme yet? No. So we're gonna get into the recap of first we're gonna get into tonight's game of Dragon of Icespire Peak. This would be transition. We come back.
We know the song. We could sing it.
Oh.
Laura can sing it for us.
Yeah, let's cue up that music video.
Love you, I need you.
Oh God, now it's stuck in my head again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Got some back to do now. I think that would be the equivalent of the same time of what the theme song would be. So last time on Dragon of Icespire Peak, our heroes were taking in the evening of a night's watch when Tim Cressard Sword began to talk to them. It was a very interesting conversation in which Alcantor of House Balazan, yes, Alcantor of House Balazan introduced themselves and saying him and them will be marvelous partners, of which Tim, realizing they have a cursed sword, he tried to throw it in the fire. And it did not go according to plan. It became very crispy, like pork. As the others woke to his screams, he did not let them know that there was a voice within the sword. They all, after tending to Tim for a bit, went to rest, but then it was Winley's turn for her night's watch, of which she noticed some pretty glowing lights in the woods nearby, and she began to make her way over. There, she encountered a young man, high cheekbones, kind of duck butt hair, just flips back up, cowlick right at the front, named Bolin, looking for someone named Wen and a city that starts with P. Satisfied with the conversation, Bolin began to... No, Bolin didn't walk off, because he just disappeared. And then when they returned to Isolt, saying that there was some stuff that happened. There was a dude with pretty lights that looked like butterflies. But they saw no indication of him afterwards. The night continued with Darjan's watch, which was relatively uneventful. Morning came. They packed up. Inkwa threw a bit of shade with roasted pork and showing it's like, ha, it's Tim's hand. But they made their way back to Phandalin only to find it's slightly different than before. A wooden wall had begun to be erected, but also one of the towers that they saw from the last time they were there had fallen, as well as a couple buildings that had a very familiar, if it weren't for the connotation, beautiful ice sculptures, indicating an attack by Cryovane. They returned, they got info that exactly what they thought is exactly what happened, and they returned to Halia, telling them of the news that their mines had been overrun by were-rats, and they have largely eradicated the infestation with the possibility of more coming in from the Underdark. From there, the group began to spread ways. Winley went to go check on those who were injured. Tim and Inkwa went to go check on the Lion Shield Coster, get some silvered weapons, as well as noting that young Dahlia, trained by Tim, got in the lucky shot that scared off Cryovane.
Wasn't luck.
Darjan returned to the Stonehill Inn, where they began to make chatting with Durton and Winton. As they all coalesced there, they realized that it was locked because both of the Stonehills were working at the makeshift infirmary that Winley had just been through. So they grabbed the keys and, with their varying skills, began to cook up some meals, reliven the place, and instill it with patrons and music. And that is where we began, as Darjan, atop a table, begins to loot this inn, filling it up with melodies, cheering, and stomping feet.
No one else-
Baba!
it's like, yes, no one else was in the
So-
mine where it happened, the mine where it happened, the mine where it happened. Yeah.
And the cheers
Huzzah!
go wild. Your friends around, Winley, while you were singing, had descended from the staircase in a very simple yet elegant outfit to attuned to the situation that who is Winley Glorybow. Inkwell was near the back counter with some cooking utensils, mixing, taking in the music. Tim, I'm assuming by the bar?
I since I pushed her out, I took it over.
Took over the bar. And
You can't have people not drinking.
And no, exactly, you are flinging them out as if you were always born to be there. And Isolde, where are you located?
I'm doing barmaid duty, so I'm getting the food out, helping Inqua make sure that the food goes to people, and if someone at a table wants a drink, I get that for them from Tim.
Mm-hmm. You see a hand go up, and as you walk over, you notice Halia has found her way into the Stonehill Inn.
Evening, Halia.
Oh, evening. Just noticed that there was a bit of liveliness in the town, and I decided to join in for today.
Well, I'm sure after all the stress of everything that's been going on, a little bit of liveliness does not come amiss.
Certainly. I will take an ale and whatever Inqua is cooking up. And if you find yourself free sometime, maybe a side of conversation.
I'd like that. I'll be right back. And just like a little nonplussed, just a little like that just happened. Cool.
And Winley sees Isolde and says, "Oh, Izzy, are you a little warm? Your cheeks are kind of red."
It's running around all over the place. It's a bit warm in here. Yes.
Okay.
Be right back. And I'll go, fetch food and ale.
Fetch food and ale.
What do you need food for? Which table, Isolde?
It's for. Do the tables have numbers? Sure.
They do now. Yes, I have officially given tables numbers. Or which one is it close to?
It's table 7. It's for
okay.
Guildmaster Halia.
Oh, and hearing it's Halia and remembering Isolde and Halia's little special moment back at the where was it? What was it? The
Guild Exchange. Yeah.
The Guild Exchange. He'll kind of have a little smile and be like, 1 second. And so he'll put together a ginger pear. He's creating like a ginger pear braised beef type something, and he'll put it in a little bowl. And then he'll actually go into the pantry where there was some dried flowers, and he'll take some and he'll put them in the bowl a little bit. And also I've been baking a spiced ginger cake as well. So let her know dessert's coming on you.
I have like 5 sentences to say to that, and none of them are appropriate. Thank you.
All right. Get out of here. I gotta finish some stuff up.
Thank you, Inqua. And I'll snag an ale from Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And head over to Halia with the food.
Okay.
And I actually like take stock of how the tavern is doing, because I mean, as much as I would like to indulge in conversation, if I'm going to leave my friends high and dry, I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We also do have what's her name? Hannibin is helping out too, running back.
That's right.
Yeah,
So,
Hannibin's.
if you want to take a break, Isolde, you know what I mean.
Winley's helping deliver meals, but she's getting it wrong. She keeps mixing up the tables. But she just is having a good time playing waitress.
I ordered. Sure. Okay. Yeah. This kind of food for everybody is a step up from most of what they're used to. So it's like sure, yeah, I'll take it.
As long as there aren't any allergies involved, enjoy whatever's in front of you. We have a cleric and a paladin in the building. I feel like people will be fine.
Doesn't work on peanuts.
Never mind. Sorry. Mental tangent. So yeah, I'll come back over to Holly's table and then tell Hannibin, hey, I'm gonna take a break for a minute if you wouldn't mind picking up a couple things.
Oh yeah, sure. It seems everybody's kind of settling in, and I mean, most of the tables are kind of. Oh, excuse me. I'll be right back.
I'll watch her go and smile a little, and then bring the food and drink. And I actually would have gotten 2 ales because if I'm sitting down for conversation, I want something in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So come back over with the food and then the ale, and like the seat taken.
No, go ahead, take it if you wish.
Thank you, and sit down with her.
And you sit down, and she looks at the food. It's like, I'm assuming Toblin did not make this one.
No. Inqua is having a lot of fun in that kitchen. I think having a full kitchen after being around a campfire for weeks on end is a comfort for him.
Certainly. I don't think I have seen anything quite like this since I've been here. So this is quite welcome.
He's very good at concocting wonderful edible arrangements. So, and I'll lift my ale, tip it a little. Cheers.
Cheers. Takes a swig with you. Notices the flower. You can see a little smile crease the side of her mouth. So, well, I know now what Inqua's good at as she's beginning to eat and definitely enjoying the food that is presented before her. I know you are good at battle. What else are you good at, Isol?
You know, no one's asked me that for quite a while, actually. Most people just care about battle.
I feel that is a flaw of them, not looking past what they can simply assess just based on what they see.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm any good at it, but I write poetry periodically.
Well,
there you go. There's something that you probably didn't expect.
I did not expect that. You are definitely of a more stoic nature. Do you have any you wish to share?
And Isolde definitely flushes a little bit because she doesn't tell people about her poetry, but screw it. And reaches into a little bag that she has at her side and pulls out a little leather journal that she keeps on her and flips it open, looks for a page, and shows it to her. And I am not going to come up with a poem at the drop of a hat. I am not Julie. But it is a kind of along the lines of a ballad. I'm talking about the beauty of moonlight on the grasses of the plains.
Mm. And as you hand that over to her, Halia does have to pull out a small little bit of spectacles and rest it near the edge of her nose and just...
That's so cute!
Assessing. Smiles at a line. I would say if mercenary work or fighting or being a knight does not work out for you, I'm sure the Candlekeep would enjoy some of that. I think it could well find its place there.
You honor me. That's very kind of you. Have you been to Candlekeep?
Oh, I've not been that fortunate to make my way that far south. I have been to Waterdeep, but otherwise, largely up here in the northern section.
That's fair. Traveled a fair amount. Been to Candlekeep a couple of times. It's stunning.
I would love to see it sometime, and if perhaps both of our ways find our way over there, maybe you could give me a tour.
I'd like that.
And
how,
we can go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, that was James about to speak, but go ahead.
But yeah, I would then if you're going into another section, I would basically ask her, what interests you? You're clearly, a woman of a woman of earth and metal, but
Well, I find myself painting every now and then.
do you? What medium do you use?
More oil based. Every now and then, when someone comes down from Neverwinter, I ask if they can bring some paints down, and just so happened that, as rough and tumble as Don John can be, he was able to bring a fresh supply.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'd love to see your work sometime if you ever want to show it off.
Well, I'm currently definitely enjoying the atmosphere, but perhaps a little later this evening I could show you some of my work.
I'd like that.
And your conversation continues. Meanwhile, by the way, how does that sound? Does it sound better now?
Yeah, your volume's much better.
Okay, cool. For those who missed it, Holly is flirting the shit out of with Isolde.
To be fair, Isolde kind of started it back at the exchange, and Holly was like, "Oh, I see. Okay."
Meanwhile, let's go to Tim. Tim, you find yourself
people getting drunk and talking.
Getting drunk and talking, and one of them in particular you recognize, who is seated up at the bar with you and is on a very bragging kind of streak, is Old Man Jenkins. And Old Man Jenkins is just like, yeah, I saw that dragon, and by the time it came down, it was already flying back up because it saw Old Man Jenkins right in the eye. When it saw old Jenkins' eyes, it just knew. It knew that it was going to die that day. And that's why it left. And takes another swig of his drink. And you see the other couple of them around him just kind of like absorbing. Just like, oh, yeah.
Damn it, so no one credible. Okay. I'll nod and smile and keep passing him drinks.
You're giving me that eye, son. You don't think Old Man Jenkins could have roughed up that dragon, sent it down to the 9 hells?
No, I didn't say that at all.
I can see it in your eye. You want to go, young man? Old Man Jenkins knows how to do the fighting.
See, and that's exactly why I wouldn't want to cross you.
Yeah. You better watch yourself, young man. That dragon went flying off to the south because of Old Man Jenkins scared the shit out of it.
I'm looking at the faces of anyone else along the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does anyone look like they... Like, is anyone like nodding, or is anyone? I'll say out loud. So it went south, and I'm addressing the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Or when it left, it went south.
Yeah, and you see a more middle-aged woman, brown hair, kind of just leaning up against the bar, just kind of taking in the atmosphere as well. It's just like, oh yeah, I think I saw it going southwest in direction. Yeah, but good thing it's not here anymore, am I right?
By the way, my memory of when I saw it leave the time that we were here, do I recall, did I have enough bearing to see which way it went that time?
Oh yeah, roll an intelligence check.
Oh. Oh, not bad, 15.
15. You know, when it left that time, it did not go southwest.
Which way did it go that time?
That way, it went a little bit more towards the east.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, I guess Winley, Darjan, or Inkwa. Is there anything in particular that you wish to come from this evening?
Praise and admiration.
Raised in admiration, Darjan. After taking your time on the table, you do notice that set off a little bit into the corner is a smallish stage.
Ooh. All right. Well, I will make my way back to the stage. Does it have any candles around it or anything I can make the light shine?
Along the sides of the Stonehill Inn, there are little candle holders that about a good 10 feet off the ground. So for the stage, a good or a good foot and a half above your head. There are a couple kind of flanking.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad. So, people had heard me do a couple of little things. But I will announce more about that, welcome back, the heroic squad, the Argent sword, we were able to go and inspect the mind and, get rid of the awful forces that had taken over. I'm not going to go into specifics but I will be the hype of the thing. And, and I'll tell them how I had some songs about, go stomp them now. And so we'll get this big whole thing. I'm going to make a pancake out of you. And so we'll get them all hyped up with those kind of things. See if I can get some people to dance.
Oh, roll a performance check for me.
$19. 19.
So as you begin to step onto the stage already, you can hear the inn just kind of get a little quieter. And they all kind of look to you expectantly. And as you begin to weave this tale, and when you say Argent sword, there are a few of them that are just like, oh, yeah. And then others, when like you get into like those little bits of song that are just kind of woven into the story, they're just like enraptured and leaning in even further. And then when you end, you can see that there's a bit of disappointment because the song ends, but then you already weave them back into this tale of your heroic deeds that aren't too specific, but just enough to get the gossip going, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Just so that enough so people can fill it out on their own. And then at the end portion, when you begin to like really weave in the music and make that the main focus, you see some of the people begin to push back tables and really clear out a good portion. Isolt and Halia both of you have to kind of lift the table as people are kind of like scooching you closer to that. And then people are dancing out in the middle of the floor.
Winley was definitely one of those that started the dance party.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the words go away, but the tunes ring out.
Yes. And as those notes are being plucked, Winley in the center there. Winley, are you just jamming solo?
Yeah. I mean, she just let the rhythm hit her and she just dropped her plates at the nearest table and said, "Orders up." And then she's got her skirt on. So it's like twirling and yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
she's dancing like no one's looking.
Exactly. And there is a few people who are like kind of circling this makeshift dance floor that has appeared. And some of them are like clapping on beat. And then some of them are like, woo, giving you the hype, Winley, as you're just letting it dance across the floor.
Yeah. I got some feedback, so I guess I'll let her have that.
Mm-hmm.
No, please go.
Yeah, and then after her kind of solo, she'll definitely be the one that's like, "Come on, get up," and try to get more people to join in.
Exactly, and a few of them begin to make their way out. Inkwa, the orders have slowed down quite a bit, and you hear
I feel like when hearing Darjan start their soliloquy, we will come back to the door, the swinging door, and like be stirring something. Actually, he'll bring the the cake out and set it in front of Isolde and kind of wink at her with Halia. And then we'll go back to the door and just kind of watch and kind of just be smiling and chuckling, watching Winley twirl, twirl, twirl. And just has like a real, he's found a group of people that he's had friends. He's never had real friends. And so he's just kind of taking it all in this moment. Seeing Tim get stuck with Jenkins, he'll kind of chuckle at that too.
Jenkins.
Like, no, Leroy Jenkins. Oh, man, Leroy Jenkins.
And then after the dance, Winley's going to come up to the stage and say, DJ, play a slow song.
Oh, I got your back. Okay.
Let's see. Do we have a nice slow song? Huh.
Oh God, I'm actually blushing. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
No, that's.
I think you're
I can sing. I can sing some of them
any
really.
makeup on.
Oh, let's go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
There's something slower.
Yes.
Maybe a little flute in there.
And as Darjan begins to very effortlessly take in the suggestion and now weave it slowly from just like a nice tavern jaunt into a smooth ballad with a bit of a lilt in there coming through.
I make eye contact with a couple of assaults and when just like, yeah.
Isolde, roll me a insight check.
Insight, okay. 15.
15. You're looking about and you notice Halia kind of just giving you a bit of the side eye.
Okay. I will stand up and execute a very courtly little bow and offer a hand and say, may I have this dance?
You may.
Guide her out onto the floor.
Mm-hmm. And as you do that, you're currently, there's only a couple other people, but you two begin to make your way onto the dance floor. Inkwa, you feel a little bit of a shoulder brush up next to you. You look over and Hannibin's just kind of looking down a bit. Would you like to dance?
His eyes go a very light shade of blue, not dark, and he gets a little flushed. I think there's something in the kitchen I need to check on.
I'll trill the flute. I'm going to trill the flute. Make him look at me.
I'll pick up on that and look at them. Oh yeah. All right. Let's dance.
Okay. You two go out onto the dance floor. I'm assuming it's stilted, a little awkward in its presentation. Tim, at the bar, you hear Old Man Jenkins has definitely been a few drinks in and is started already to hit the phase of his evening. But you see another person just kind of saddle up behind the bar and just with their walking stick walk over. It's like,
You're going straight to hell, James. You're going straight to hell.
And he's going to
Knew
enjoy
she'd
the
come
ride
back.
on the way there.
Epic.
oh, it's gonna be like the Indiana Jones ride. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see, Tim. But you see Celia there, just like, would you like to have a dance?
Oh, I'm far too busy. My apologies.
And Winley rushes up to the bar. Of course he would. She just gives him a look.
Too busy.
Well, I wasn't asking for me. I was asking for her. And you see Dahlia just kind of like walking up. It's like, you want to
Aw.
Yeah, I put everything down. Yeah. I can make some time. I just realized my shift is up.
And as you do feel like a little bit of not a sharp pain, but a little bit of a tap on your shins from Celia's cane. But you three couples make your way to the dance floor. Dahlia kind of doing the standing on your feet thing, Tim, as you dance together. Yes, it's a nice evening. As Darjan begins to weave what is a nice, lovely dance. For some of you, feels like it's way too damn long. And for others,
Far too short.
far too short. But that song ends. Darjan, do you continue to play through the evening? Or?
I think I will take a little break and let them begging for more.
Begging for more, you do leave them with, as some people are like, oh, okay, like we get it, you know. And others are just like, nice to have that atmosphere once again. Tim, Dahlia does her best courtly bow after dancing with you. Just like, thank you.
I'll do an overly flourish bow that I learned watching Darjan. The pleasure was all mine.
And then Celia comes back around and is like, well, it is time for you to get some rest. We have much training to do, young lady.
I believe there was ginger cake.
Oh, right. And hearing Tim talk about that is going to hastily make his way away from, to go make sure things aren't burning.
At least bring some home with you. Oops.
I think a little bit of ginger cake will be nice, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll wait for the ginger cake and then make our way out.
Eventually, Ink will bring out, he's made them in little mugs. So he'll like hand a mug to Celia, one to Celia, and then and then he'll hand one to Dahlia as well. Be like, be careful, it's still hot.
And then you see the two of them just like slowly making their way as Dahlia just like yeah, and Isolt, you and Halia receive your mugs as well, standing there and just quite haven't, or at least Halia hasn't left the dance floor yet.
Yeah, I'm still standing with her. I imagine we're close to like the edge of the bar, so like lean an elbow against the bar just to relax a little bit. Just starting to eat the mug cake and just like
This has been the most delightful evening I have had in a long time.
Me too.
Well, I best be getting back.
So
Let me know
soon.
Sorry?
Well, I think I recall a comment about some lovely oil paintings that you had done that you might want to show off.
Certainly.
I mean, unless it's too tiring this evening.
Certainly. Shall we?
Well, shall.
And as you two
I'll make quick eye contact with DJ and try to convey, don't wait up.
So you two leave. Yeah, I would say it's that part of the evening where people are starting to slowly trickle out. Felt appropriate to do so. Yeah. Let's stay in the inn for a bit. Is there anything else anyone would like to handle? People are slowly making their way out.
If it's not like too late where she would feel unsafe, I think Winley wants to bring a couple of ginger cakes down to the infirmary.
Yeah. You make your way over, and thankfully it is the nighttime, and those who are definitely under more duress, you definitely smoothed that out, as well as, excuse me, you see Merkel has taken the stage part of town hall and just kind of is resting there while Toblin's in a chair, just kind of at the center, just like keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Has the 2 plates below at his feet.
Yeah, and she probably notices that most of the patients are sleeping or at least trying to get some rest, so she'll kind of quietly like, "Hey Toblin, I brought you guys a little dessert."
Oh, Winley Glorybow, this is so kind of you.
Are you guys holding up okay?
You know, with that light you bring in, most definitely.
Oh. She'll hand off one cake to Toblin and then kind of bring the other one to Merkel.
And then Merkel, hearing a couple of the creaking floorboards, just goes, "Oh, Winley,
Oh,
how are you?"
sorry, didn't mean to wake you if you were sleeping.
Oh, no, just a quick refresh, you know.
Yeah, well, I was just thought a sugar might perk you up for the night shift.
Any hot chocolate that you want is yours.
Oh, diet hot chocolate, right?
Certainly. Gives you a wink.
Great.
And
Yeah.
you can hear on the behind you just Toblin being like, and looks back at Merkel, who's like now taking a bite and just like, by the stars. That is. You can actually see a little bit of tear kind of just like welling up at the edge of Merkel's eye.
And Winley's like looking in anticipation. She can't tell if they like it or not.
That is amazing.
Oh, good. And like hearing that they liked it, she just word vomits like the whole story of like this evening, and then Inqua went in the kitchen and he made these amazing dishes, and I gotta play waitress, except I don't know if I served all the plates in the right tables. And then Darjan, she played, and I started a dance party. We were all dancing then, and then I told her to play a slow song, and then you know, a lot of people were kind of dancing and slow dancing, including Halia and Isolt, and then she just like yammers on and pretty much tells like the whole story of what happened that evening at the inn. in a whisper, so she doesn't wake up the patients.
Mm-hmm. And Toblin and Merkel are enraptured audience with you, cake in hand, just like as you relate to them, they're just like, and like they're like giving each other eyes, especially at the moment where you're like Holly and Isolt, and they're like, so that's Winley's evening. I guess Inqua, is there anything else you would like to wrap up here?
No, I think just he'll just finish cleaning up the dishes, and this has been the best day he's had in a long time, and much needed after a lot of stuff. So he's having a blast just washing the dishes. So that's what he'll be doing.
Roll
I
me a
am.
quick-
Go ahead. No, you.
Oh
First.
no, go ahead. I am what?
Oh, I was curious. in terms of, and he doesn't think this way, but I am just curious as Matt, how were we charging people for stuff? I'm assuming, like, were we
Yeah, I would
running
say
the
so.
inn?
Yeah, y'all
Well,
are
Like, this is
running
more
it.
a Tim DJ thing, but I'm just curious if like how much we have acquired by the end of the evening. That's just in the back of my mind for later.
Okay.
The Salt is keeping track of what we were using and how much the cost was, and doing the orders initially. So I'm assuming Assault was telling people how much the food was.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I mean, and I mean, I imagine we would get a bit of a cut of it, but we were also using the inn's provisions and space. So
Because when Inkwell was told, I feel like he was told at some point, he's like, go wild. He was like, whoa.
Have
and then
fun.
kind of just started storming the pantry for things that he hasn't seen in a while. Leeks, asparagus, ginger, spices. So he's actually, after washing the dishes, may kind of pocket a few spices that he sees into like some of his little pouches.
You get a
For
little
later.
bit of cinnamon,
That big.
coriander in there.
Cloves.
Easily salt and pepper if you were running low on those. And a few other, not necessarily eclectic, but nice to have around kind of spices.
Yeah.
Yes. You do, or I was going to ask a perception check real quick.
Sure. That is a 14, sir.
14. You're very happily cleaning your dishes, but you do see out of the corner of your eye, just like Hannibin just kind of watching and seeing you kind of in that zone doesn't really interrupt you, but it's just in a way offering silent companionship.
In seeing her standing there, if she's been standing for longer than 5 minutes, it'll break the uncomfortable, weird moment. She'll be, Hannibin, would you like to dry the dishes as I finish washing them?
Sure. And begins to join in, and it's, I don't know if you've ever done dishes with another person, but it is like that nice mechanical, just like washing, you pass it off and someone dries it in a rack, and it's like you both kind of find a nice tempo that you're both going at, and it's just relaxing. Tim and DJ, is there anything you two would like to accomplish as more and more patrons are beginning to filter out? Old Man Jenkins is completely passed out at the counter. There may be a couple other people who imbibed in that sense similarly.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Tim, but I wanted to wait until we were really alone, not out here. We're gonna clean up. I'm helping with the.
Yeah, later on.
But so, I'll wash some things and I'll say, Tim, you ready to talk about it?
Let's wait until we're somewhere more private.
She nods at him and keeps washing the glasses and stuff.
Mm-hmm. In that case, we go to Isolde and Halia, who, after walking the streets of Phandalin, finds himself in the building next to the exchange. Halia unlocks the door. It's a single level house compared to Hobbs, which is the only real two-story house beyond Stonehill Inn and the town hall. You walk in and it's a very comfortable looking space, and it's not Spartan and it's not opulent, but there is a sense of, how should I put it? Fancy minimalism?
Okay.
It's like the choices are very specific. Nothing is too audacious, but everything works together. There is a couch on the far end of the wall. There's a rug on the center, which has kind of like gold and black threads kind of weaving through it, and a fireplace with a few little choice knickknacks in this open room so far. And and as you take it in, there are a couple of things on the wall that clearly indicates a painterly touch.
I am immediately drawn over to those. Like I glance around the rest of the room to give myself a sense of place, and then I see the paintings, and I'm immediately over looking at them.
Mm-hmm. And she leads you over to one of them, and she's like, "So this one of the earlier ones, but it was along the coast area near Neverwinter, just a little bit south. You can see there's a bit of a cove there, and I know some of these wild flowers, they had a bright purple and orange hue, which was very interesting. I mean, I wasn't there during sunset, but the fact that it was foggy, I think added just a little mystery.
A little wildness, a little bit of the moon. Stop it, Inqua.
That wasn't me. That was Tim.
Uh-huh. I love the sea for it's dangerous, of course, but it's beautiful and wild and free and open and I could go on about it and probably have in more than one poem.
Well, I guess that's how you can help capture the world, I guess. I take it in that visual sense, but you're able to distill it into what people should be hearing, reading.
I love the way that the colors work with the fog, because I've seen people try to do fog and flowers before, and the flowers always come off a little bit too bright.
Mm-hmm.
I like the little bit of the mystery that you've left with it.
Thank you. I too like beautiful and dangerous things.
In that, I think we are of a feather.
Well, here's another one over here, and she leads you over to a second painting where it's of a mountain range, and she points it out. Sorry, y'all can't see the Zoom chat going on right now.
For those playing at home, everyone apparently has Kiss the Girl playing in the back of their heads.
So she leads you to another one, and it's a mountain range you're not quite familiar with. And she points it out. It's like, this one I did while I was a little bit closer or more east of here. And it's just the way that the sun was kind of just hitting on that eastern side of the mountain. Just like, it was very interesting, because like half of it was light, half of it was dark. And she points to one portion of the
You're so lucky we're not in the same room. I'd be smacking all of you.
One portion of the light part where you can see a small structure that is just like, you can see, or as she's pointing out, it's like half dark, half light, but in that light there's just a little bit of darkness. And I the way I saw it was just beautiful.
I think that comes back to what you were saying earlier, a little bit of the darkness and the light, but then too a little bit of the light and the darkness. They need each other, the duality.
Mm-hmm. The duality of two people. Things. Two things.
I'm like, all right. If it is not too terribly forward, may I kiss you?
You may.
And I'll lean in and just like very, very gently slide a hand along her jaw and very, very gently kiss her, just sort of testing the waters.
And as you test the waters, there is reciprocation. Does it go further?
It does go further. I wasn't quite sure how to say that without getting a little crass.
So the evening progresses, I'm assuming, towards the bedroom.
That would be the plan, yes.
And it is a evening of just like, may I? Yes. And just like consensual.
Yes.
Yes.
Physical bonding. For the shits and giggles,
Thank
as
you.
Nico says,
Please
roll for
Thank you. Roll for performance. Yes, performance
Fine.
check this.
We'll add inspiration if we need to.
We can add inspiration.
If I have to do
Yes.
an inspiration for a performance check, I will be disappointed.
No,
there
no.
should be-
DJ was all the inspiration they needed. Come on.
Fantastic. I got a 17.
17.
I'm a paladin. Charisma's my second highest stat.
The evening,
Halia's not going to roll?
Oh no.
That's a good point.
the evening goes very well.
Excellent.
So that happens. That wraps on Isolt. Meanwhile, the last of the folks, save Old Man Jenkins, and the other person had passed out. One of their friends carried them home, but Old Man Jenkins is the only one left, passed out on the bar.
Oh, God, we gotta
We
get
lay
him
him
home.
on one of the tables.
We completed washing dishes at this point. Like our
Oh yeah.
so Hannibal and I are just kind of staring at Old Man Jenkins with Tim and DJ. Cool.
I mean, but do we lay him on a table? Is he going to fall off
Do we
here?
get? Do we get him home?
Well, let's not get crazy. I mean, this is an inn.
We
Like, there's a hearth in here, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's gonna
yeah,
be
I'll
warm.
I'll carry him over to that. Lay him
Mhm.
on the floor next to the. Not
we have some rags we can put under his head.
Finds himself there. But yeah. What would the four of you plus Hannibal like to do?
Well,
I
friends,
believe-
that was an amazing night. I don't know about you, but I had a great night. And then pull out, because I don't think Winley, Hannibal, Tim, and DJ had cake. So he'll have extra cake mug cakes for everybody and throw them on a table. Tim, do you know what the hall was?
I mean, from behind the bar, just after I picked up for DJ, and I'll bring out the coins that are behind the bar. I don't know if where the money for the food went.
Oh, I would have left it before leaving.
Yo, where is Isolt anyway?
She went for a walk.
With her friend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we need to wait up.
Oh, they make a very handsome couple.
I can't wait for stories. Story time tomorrow.
Oh, gonna turn that into a song, DJ?
There's some things I think that need to be kept private.
Well, it's not like I'm going to go put their names in it. No, but
I lean over to the other two. She's done that before.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard one in her sleep before.
let's hear it for the girl. No, that's too much. I'll think of something.
And Winley, I did not know that you could cut a rug like you could. You were out there doing it.
Well, when Darjan's songs just come on, I mean, they're real bangers, and I just can't help myself.
Winley, thanks.
Yeah. And Winley's
I
like
start
happily
glowing. I'm like,
eating
this,
her.
you know, glow.
Oh, well, I'm tired, guys. I need to wait. Did we ever get rooms?
Well, there,
I was
we just go up there
about
and
to
get them.
say we must have put our stuff somewhere, but I don't know. You brought your stuff up. I think I left my stuff near the door. I'll run over and check.
Yeah, my trunk was actually downstairs. I had just grabbed some clothes and used like the public or the shared bathroom upstairs to get ready. I don't think. Should we just kind of see what keys are available?
I claimed a room already.
Oh. How many rooms are actually in the inn? Do we? Did we
They're
get
all
stuck to that from
upstairs, and
before?
there's 8 of them.
There's 8? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And no one was staying here, I'm assuming, because it was closed and locked, correct?
Yep.
Oh,
All
well.
of it is open.
But they told us that we could.
Winley's,
Right.
Winley will find the key for the room that she was in before.
Mm-hmm.
She likes familiarity, so. And she'll ask Inkwa to carry her trunk upstairs for her.
Yeah, of course. And he'll grab a key and then also grab a key for Hannibal and hand her one.
Grabs it, joins you. Oh yeah, I forgot. Winton and Durton are there. We'll say they took a room as well.
Yeah, they have room. So, yeah, can I help you bring your stuff up, Tim?
I mean, I've got the chest, and it's like it's a bit heavy. But...
Give me your other stuff. I'll bring it up.
So the division of rooms, is everyone taking a solo room or?
Winley will say to Hannibal, well, Hannibal, it sounds like my roommate's gone for the night. So if you want to share a room, you can room with me.
I didn't know if I could ask this, but can I braid your hair?
Yes. I mean, I'm always the one braiding hair, but I would love it.
I just saw it and it was very, there's a lot of it. And
Hannibal, slumber party.
What's that?
Okay, I'll tell you all about it. And then she like rushes to the room.
Mm-hmm.
And Darjan and I are going to share a room like we typically do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Inkwa, for the first time in a long time, is going to lay on a bed by himself. And yes, the biggest bed he can find.
Excellent.
They have sizes like dragon bed and...
You like go
Dragon
through all
bed.
the rooms and you see one of them is just like a slightly bigger frame and you're like,
Done.
yoink. Winton and Durden is like, oh, what's it? Goes on that. All right. So, Tim and DJ, you are in your room. Anything?
You've come a long way.
Well, we've walked a lot.
No. In the mines when we were trapped down there, you seemed almost as terrified as I was. And then when you were fighting that shrouded rat, I was doing everything I could just to try to get at it. I thought if I could get to it. I saw what it did to you, and I was helpless. But you overcame it. Like you were really something. You're the real deal, you know that?
Well, it's nice of you to say. I mean, I have my prowess on the... That's not really... Tim, you were there. You were backing us up. I mean, you were there. You were stabbing.
No, I get it now.
What do you get?
I've been trying to. I was holding you back this whole time. I thought you were like me.
What do you mean? You thought? Well, yeah, no. I mean, you've been my protector. You've been the guy who's had my back for all this time.
Against thugs.
Yeah.
Things that I can handle, but like Like you're the stuff of stories. You weren't meant to sing about them. You were meant to live them. When you were with me, we were just making stuff up.
But when we were just on by ourselves, right? We could get the thing from this place to that place. You always had my back. You could travel. We traveled. We did things.
We smuggled. I'm a smuggler. Yeah.
Yeah. We still need that skills. We still need those skills.
Look at how much money you've made. And what you've done. You want to go back to?
Oh no. Come on, the Argent sword. We hang out with these guys. We could do. Look at man. We could not have gotten through that mine without you, man. You knew how to track things. You knew how to hide. You knew how to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
run.
do it.
I knew how to stay out of the way.
But so you could come and you can
you
come and
don't
save me because you were able to evade getting captured.
No, this isn't. You misunderstand.
Oh, then enlighten me.
This isn't an ego thing.
But that's what it's.
No, I've been making offerings to Bashaba nearly my whole life to try and escape the curse that I'm under. And she's got a sick sense of humor because now it's just another one. There's no escaping it. I'm not long for this world, Darjan. I was never meant to be.
Are you feeling sick? We could get Winley, we could get Assault, we could get those guys to make you feel better.
No, it can't. This can't be undone. No one's ever. You look, Darjan. I'm just trying to get you ready. You're not going to be able to rely on me forever. So just.
But you're still here. Are you leaving? Is that it? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me you're leaving me?
I don't want to.
But then why are you?
Look, I have to face my fate. And
what do you think your
I've
fate?
decided. No, look, I've decided to face it on my terms. And that means I can't protect you.
Then I can protect
you. You should stick with Assault. When I'm gone, you should keep going down the path that you're on. You're going to do great things, and you're going to tell amazing stories.
But Tim, you've been there for me, and I've been there for you.
No, don't you understand? I held you back. When you did it on your own. When it came time, you overcame it on your own. I've just been keeping you away from it. I'm not trying to. Don't make this any harder than it needs to be, please.
Well, let me give you some of the cash, because I'll make more.
No, I'm not gonna.
Are you leaving tonight? Are you leaving now, or are you gonna stay with me one more?
I'm gonna stay for the night,
All right.
at least. I've got to get some things in order.
What do we tell the others?
I'll handle it tomorrow. Don't worry.
Do you want me to make a great story after you leave?
I'll explain to them. Don't worry about it. Just here. It was a good day. It was a good day. I don't want to spoil it anymore.
You're telling me not to worry? Well, we have one more night, Tim. Let's get some rest. We'll talk more in the morning.
Yeah. I certainly won't miss breakfast. Not if Ink was cooking.
Good on you.
And as you two find rest, and as sleep finds the rest of Phandalin, some in a little more distressful sleep, some a little more awake than others for various reasons. That's where we're going to take our break. Excellent. Woo! Fun party night. People having fun. Shit happening. Ginger cakes, dancing, sex. Think we bring it all here.
God damn it, James!
Hey.
Why do you need HBO when you can just come to Quest of Chaos? We give it to you all in audio form. But that is everything for this break. Before this break, we will be back in about 7 to 10 minutes. But until then, enter #chaos into the chat for a chance to win some miniatures, some Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. And before I forget, 500 bits to the players from the Baroness.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Excelente. Oh man, thankfully they didn't have to use that inspiration for something, if you know what I mean.
I was a little bit nervous about that, but yeah.
Roll 1.
Yeah, that would have been horrifying.
Get out.
You get kicked out of the room.
Just like,
But
well,
yes, we will see the aftermath of all of that after our break. So we will catch you all then. Hello, everybody. I was trying to do that mental countdown in my head, and I was like, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Dragon of Icespire Peak. Did we get a winner of the miniatures, Termish?
Haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, okay.
Check.
I can do this.
No one can do
Despomis.
Yes.
You are the winner.
Congratulations.
Despomis. Yes, congratulations. You get the miniatures. I'm certain Thomas has already contacted you, and you are getting a bunch of congratulations right now here in the chat. So, congratulations. Anyway, we're back. And as morning finds their way to Phandalin, the early morning sun just cresting the horizon, Inqua, wake up.
Oh, yes. Inqua has sent his internal clock to wake up. He wanted to surprise everyone because he has this huge breakfast moment, and also kind of wants to see if Assault's going to come back before everyone wakes up. So is going to go down to the kitchen and start prepping the breakfast of all breakfasts that he's made. He's very excited, and it's going to include, I wrote a list during the break, so it's going to include beef sausage, pork sausage, mini whole wheat toast. He's going to make a fresh cheese spread with cranberry and cheddar, mini pickles, pumpkin and sunflower seeds. He's also going to make a travel cake for later with raisins, prunes, honey, egg, and cream. And then he's also going to scramble up some eggs with potatoes, and then also make like a hardtack type honey cake for later. So he's just going to be going and do that.
Mm-hmm. You prepare this marvelous breakfast. Oh, let me turn on my good morning music. I was going to do that. Let me put that. Where'd it go?
You have good morning music. This pleases me.
And as you entered the kitchen, you noticed that there's a bit of a mess that wasn't there. And that's because Winley and Hannibin snuck down and made homemade facial masks.
So cute.
We forgot to clean up.
They'll see a remnant of it and be like, What is it? What was it made of?
You know, it was one of those things. She just kept grabbing, like, eggs.
But it's like edible? It's edible?
Honey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inqua will bake it just to see if it was like something that people left over, and we'll see what comes up. We'll see what comes of it. I'll be like, okay, well, and we'll see what comes of it in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
And to inspire this cooking session with Inqua, we've got 1,000 bits from the Hefner, but split it in half, so 500 to y'all, 500 to me, because the Hefner do the equal. And welcome the Nat 30s. They have just rated us.
Pew pew pew! Thank
you.
Welcome
to the chaos.
Making breakfast.
We're making breakfast
after a very successful evening the previous night.
Successful in many ways. But as you're making this, Inqua, and you're setting up all these breakfasts, you hear a at the front door.
What time is it? Is this before sunrise or
it is due to the mountains. It does not appear to be sunrise at the moment.
Is it the front or the back?
This one's the back.
Oh, ghost. Is there a peephole or something? Can I see through the door?
There is a bit of a window there.
Yeah, I'll peek through. Who is it?
You see a shorter person with their cloak up. But it looks humanoid in height, not like halfling or gnome.
Good morning. He'll open the window, or if he can, just with good morning. Can I help you?
The person turns and you recognize the face. Black hair that kind of just swoops up in the front. One eye that's kind of almond shaped, and she just looks at you, and it is Winnie. And she's just like, "Is everybody okay?"
Oh, Winnie! Oh, of course. And we'll run to the door, open the door, give her a little embrace. Just be like, "How was the city? How was your travels? Please have a sit. I'm just baking something I found last night and prepping some breakfast this morning." And
yeah, it was
It was great. I delivered the letter for Harbin, and it was cool. And well, I was in Leilon, and I saw the dragon, and it looked like it was coming from here, and I had to hop on the horse. And well, when I was there, I stopped by Rhonda's family's farm, and Rhonda wasn't there, and neither did they receive the letter, and I guess you weren't able to deliver the letter. Not saying it was any fault of your own, but you didn't.
We were detained. Yes.
So they're still, well, I at least let them know that Rhonda is not dead, so that's good. But yeah, they're a little bit worried, and I was a little bit worried, and as I rode in, I saw that there was the ice sculptures, and I saw that there were a few buildings kind of broken down, and I'm a little...
You were very brave to be traveling. Did the dragon approach the town, or did you see it overhead?
Well, it kind of strafed by, and then the guards kind of shot at it, and it looked like it had a bit of a thing going on with its face, and it's a little scary. And then it kind of strafed back, and I just started riding.
Okay. Well, here you have, and he'll bring her like a glass of fresh squeezed orange juice, and just be like, look, have something to drink. Everyone should be up in a while, and we can recount all of this. But oh my gosh, blinking. And then I'm people at the people's inn that we are running. What are their names again? Why am I blanking?
Stonehill.
No.
Merkel and Toblin.
Merkel and Toblin. Are they with us right now? They are. They came back upstairs.
Oh no, Merkel.
They're still at the infirmary.
They're still at the infirmary. Winston and Durton are upstairs.
Merkel, yeah, they're still at the infirmary. That word. They're over there helping out some people because some people were injured. We've been taking over the inn for the moment.
Okay.
If you do want to see them, you can. Otherwise, people should be up within the hour.
Yeah, no, I saw that the inn was closed, and the inn's like never closing. Well, yeah, well, okay, yeah, we can talk after I drink some more orange juice. It's cool.
Of course. And then we'll start like prepping, give her a little something that I've made already, but continue making breakfast for her.
Mm-hmm. And Winnie just goes to town on what you give her, just like,
Was it what Winley created last night? I'm just kidding. I'm keeping that separate. I don't know what that is. It's not. I think there's avocado in it. I don't know.
I saw that, and it's a little daunting.
Congealed, right? Didn't make that, but we'll find out what happened.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. And you continue to cook. Let's shift over as the camera comes out of the Stonehill Inn, goes slightly eastward, and we find ourselves in a room where two women have found themselves. The sun now slowly beginning to break into the window and warm your faces.
Yeah, I'm very, very comfortably lying on my side facing her, and just like, I feel the warmth of the sun. I'm well accustomed to waking up as soon as the sun touches me, and just open my eyes and look over at her and just smile.
You smile and you look over her, and she's just like,
I mean, we're both older women, so lean over and then just like press a kiss between her eyebrows.
Mm-hmm. And as
very
you do,
soft and tender.
The face kind of just twitches a bit, but doesn't awaken. She's on her stomach, but like she's conked out.
I'll stay in bed for a little bit, just enjoying the presence, enjoying the safety and the comfort, and being able to just be here in this moment. Before slipping out of bed and going to look for. I don't know if she is a. Don't you dare! I don't know if she's a tea or a coffee drinker, but I'll look to see which and put on a kettle.
As you pull the sheets back and begin to move, because Halia is on her stomach, you do notice on her back there is a very present tattoo of a wolf.
Okay. Does it look like anything I've seen before, or is it just a cool stylized wolf thing?
Make a history check.
Yeah, a flat D20, you say? Oh, 16.
16. When you look at it, you've never seen it before on anyone before. And it's not super, like the wolf itself isn't super aggressive where it's snarling, but its mouth is open. But you haven't seen anything like this.
Okay. I'll just like pause and look at it and just like run a fingertip along the lines gently. Just tattoos always fascinate me.
As you do that, there's a bit of a shift in the body, but more of just a reaction to touch rather than time to wake up. But you begin to vacate the bed, have to dance around some of the clothes, and you get to her small kitchen, and you look about and you see more of tea leaves there.
Okay.
And right next to the tea leaves is a bit of brandy.
I see the tea and I smile because it's like, a woman of culture. I see the brandy and I grin. Just like, yes, we have similar tastes. Excellent. And I'll put on the kettle and start making tea, because I mean, a part of me wants to go back to the inn and like check in with everyone, but also I'm not one to, I'm not going to kiss and run.
Yeah. And a few moments later, you begin to hear some rustling in the bedroom, and you hear Faye shuffling, and she eventually walks out with a shirt on and some trousers. Her gray hair, usually in a single kind of like chopstick kind of bun at the top, has been come down, and it comes down about to her shoulders. And she just kind of leans against the doorway, watching you brew tea.
Look over at her. Good morning.
Morning. Well, I mean, got to see you last night, but I like you with your hair down.
Thank you. I like you with your hair down. I don't see it often.
And just like already subconsciously is like already pulling it back, and
I'll actually like put the tea makings down and come over and just like gently run my fingers through her hair, bringing it back down. Like, you don't have to be the tough guild master at the moment.
Thank you. Tea.
Tea. Excellent choice on brandy, by the way.
It is helpful when you work in this town, and you're I guess the one who's helping you run it is not the most competent.
So I've gathered, and I imagine a little bit of relaxation helps.
Yes. Yes, that was a relaxing evening.
Tea?
Tea. And
God, I'm useless. Useless queer over here.
Find a nice, calming morning together as you drink your tea. But yeah, Inkwell, your breakfast has been fully made.
I was just thinking for Isol's LGBT.
If someone has not done a queer focused tea company with that, we need to look into that.
We're
so cool.
claiming it right now. Exactly.
We've said it on stream with people watching. We've claimed it. It's ours.
Exactly. Oh man.
LGBT.com Indiegogo. Okay. Oh,
They've started it?
they've taken Twitter. Dang it, they're official.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's okay.
That's all right.
But yes, you have made your full spread in the kitchen, and Winnie is your only witness who's just like,
Okay.
this is amazing.
Oh.
Are you gonna wake your friends? I want to eat it.
Please start. There's more than enough for everyone. I'll see where everyone is. I'll actually go see if people are awake, and then I'll don't eat it all, but I'll go see if everyone's awake, and then go ahead. A triangle bell. That's a good suggestion. Carmen, get it. I'll start walking up stairs to see if people are awake or roused or doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah, and as you do, you already hear Hannibin and Winley giggling in their room. I think the smell of food definitely woke them up because it just smells so good. But they need time to get ready, so they're just like giggling and getting ready.
Are you girls almost ready for breakfast? Breakfast is ready. If you.
Oh yeah, we're just getting ready. It smells delicious, Inqua.
Okay, yeah, it's ready when you are. And then I don't know where dwarf buddies are, but I'll try and figure out where they are, and then Tim and DJ knock on their door.
Finally.
Oh, are y'all awake in there? Hello.
Yep.
Breakfast is ready downstairs if you care to. Oh, and Winnie's
I open
back.
the door.
Breakfast.
Yeah, it's breakfast time.
Okay.
Oh, DJ, performance burned you out, huh?
Just a little.
Well, it was a fabulous performance. Amazing.
And the glow comes up. She's like, and then she gets up. She's wearing the same stuff she had last night. She don't care.
Oh, yeah, it's just us. Oh, and Winnie. Winnie did come back.
Winnie
is back.
All right, let's have some breakfast.
As you bring these three down, as Winton and Durton has already kind of like made their way down, just kind of like kind of just both of them just walking down.
Is Leroy still in here? Leroy Jenkins, is he still at the? Did he
Old man
stumble
Jenkins.
out? Yeah, did he stumble out at night?
Old man Jenkins is still by the hearth.
I'll put a pan of porridge with honey in front of him for when he wakes up, because it's okay if it gets cold. That's fine.
As you escort the little entourage, Winley with Hannibin, she's just like, so I hope you like the fish braid. It just kind of goes all the way down.
Oh, I love it. And Winley has braided Hannibin's hair as well, and they're actually wearing Winley, because Winley has like duplicates of all her dresses, in case one gets dirty. So they're twinsies right now. So they're wearing the white dress with the silver fringe on it, and Winley has her arm looped in with Hannibin's.
And she did like the little bit of a twirl with all the fringes, and she's just watching it go back and forth, and she's just smiling so hard. Link arms, door opens.
Yeah. And we're downstairs, and Winley goes, "Oh, there's your husband with your 100 kids," and just giggles, and like it's like this inside joke because they've been playing MASH all night.
And she's like slapping you on the arm, just like, shh.
They've been playing MASH all night. Oh man. Yes,
You broke him. You broke him.
You did.
Yes.
You broke his. DM is broken.
Good job, Laura.
That's adorable.
No. Oh my god. When was the last
Yeah.
time we played MASH?
Winley didn't get to have any friends her age growing up, so she's just relishing this.
And Inqua, is the food at the counter, at a table, or are you just trying to lead them to the back?
In my mind, I don't know if you ever described the kitchen besides it being amazing, like the best one we've been in, but I'm assuming that there's like, in the middle of it, there's like a big prep table with like all the pans and stuff in the middle. So he's just set kind of everything buffet style on that table. And then there's like pulled up random stools or chairs or any type of sitting things around it. So that we can kind of stay warm with the bread oven, the big, oven, still cooking whatever that stuff was last night. Also some of the hardtack that we can take later, and some of those travel cakes that he made. He's baking.
And as you all five slowly begin to push your way through the flappy saloon doors, you just see Winnie just all, oh my God, this is so good. Oh my God. Okay,
It's okay. Just keep eating. We'll have some too. Oh,
I was gonna say breathe, but
I'm sorry. I just
and when he dies, got it. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
No. Oh my gosh, just I was eating so much and then I choked on a little bit when you all came in, and so I was just wondering if it's really good. Don't eat it so fast.
Well, almost everyone's here. When we're just waiting on Isolde and.
Oh, is Isolde not here?
She's not. We don't know when she's gonna be back, do we?
Oh no, but please dig in. I'll mix her up a plate later if she decides to join us.
Okay. And then you all begin to dig into this accoutrement of the sausages and the cakes and the porridges and the cheese platter. It is a fine spread as you all begin to assemble your plates and just eat together on this large prep table with the warm flame of the oven behind, just giving more warmth to this already warm space.
Yeah. So after DJ eats a little bit, she's feeling like, okay, I'm kind of awake. Oh, I have something. And I pull out this letter that I had found last night. And I go, Winley, here, check this out. I found this last night at the bar.
What is it? And she'll take it, and she sees it. And does she recognize this as another letter from her parents?
Yep. It is another one from the parents.
Oh, okay. And she'll like kind of tear it open and open and just quickly read through it.
Where are
Be like, so another admirer?
Oh, no, it's from my parents again.
Oh,
Just checking in on me.
yeah. That's nice of them.
And the stock of the paper is very thick, very familiar to what you got before, and the envelope itself is a little bit more weighty than just simply paper. But as you pull out it and you flip it open, it reads, "Hello, my dear winner. Hope all is well. Your father and I have seen your travels through the eyes of my Aliki, and my, how you've grown. Certainly your LaRue must be proud. The gnomes here are certainly singing your praises. They revel with all their might in the name of LaRue. Surely must be tiring for them, but how they worship is all the same under the Forest Queen. Well, hopefully the roads aren't too dirty, and you're getting to bathe every day. Here's a little something to hold you over. With all my love," and in fine calligraphy, just the initials MG. And you look inside the envelope, and you find 5 platinum inside.
Ooh. She won't necessarily pull out the platinum. She'll look in. She's like, oh, they're just checking in on me again. I'll be right back. And she runs upstairs, because if she learned anything from her parents growing up is you keep your money safe. And so she'll go and stash it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll make her way back down.
Yes. And yeah, it's an excellent spread of food. Isolde, how long do you plan on staying with Holga?
I would give it a solid, like, I know she has her work that she needs to do, and so I don't want to keep her for too long, but I would, enjoy the tea with her and then invite her to come back to breakfast with me, because I know Inqua and I know there's going to be a magnificent breakfast. So if she would like to join me, she's welcome to, but I also don't want to keep you from your duties.
Well, I certainly appreciate it, but I definitely do have to get to the exchange. I know Lem and Lem had a few paperworks that I need them to complete, and looking at the light, I believe I have kept them moving.
Well, I would say I'm sorry to have kept you, but I have relished every moment of it, so I can't bring myself to regret it.
At this point, she goes in for another kiss.
And I return it.
And she leads you to the door. And do have to go put my hair up and get a little prepared, but thank you for the evening.
Thank you. I dare to hope it will not be the last such.
At that, she just kind of smiles, gives a nod, and waits for you to leave before closing the door.
And I'll smile at her, nod, and make sure all of my gear is about me before I head back toward the inn, whistling a very cheerful little tune to myself.
Mm-hmm. You hear the soft of the door. Yes. After you are, is there anything, I will say, is there any other conversation pieces before Isolde arrives?
Yeah. I probably won't wait. So, this town didn't hold up when that dragon came. Like, it was fortunate that Dahlia was able to get in that shot, but as good as she is, they can't take another attack, and that dragon came looking for us. I heard that it went south. So after I get my my sword finished, I'm gonna go after it.
By yourself, Tim?
Well, I'm gonna go sooner or later. I mean, if any of you feel like joining, but I understand you have things you need to do.
Winnie, how long ago did you sight the dragon?
You saw it?
She had mentioned earlier.
Yes, it was near the town of Leilon, southwest, and that was a couple days ago, and I just saw that it came from the direction of Phandalin, and then I saw that it had been here, which...
But, and you saw it continued southwest.
Yeah, it was around that area. It did kind of harry Leilon for a bit, and they shot at it, and it seemed to stick around. Not like at the town, but possibly in the nearby area.
Thank you.
Well, Tim, you cannot face Cryovane by yourself, or with Darjan. I'm assuming you'll be going with Tim.
It feels like he has a quest. And he...
By himself?
I tried to talk to him about it, but he...
If I'm lucky, I can maybe catch up with the Reavers, join them. They're hunting it.
Which direction were we gonna go?
Well, we did have to go to Leilon. I mean, we were supposed to deliver a letter to Rhonda's family, and we didn't. So I was gonna suggest to Isolt that we go do that.
Well, you don't have to worry about that part. I let them know that their daughter is alive, but maybe we could take her there as opposed to them waiting for
Oh.
the
Yeah, I mean, I did fix up her leg a little, so she might be able to travel soon.
Okay. That's good.
So maybe the Argent sword can be together for a while longer. Tim, would you go with us?
Absolutely.
And I'm on board. Do you think that Isolt would accompany us as well?
Yeah, I mean, we came here to find out about the cold iron, and I feel like we got our answer about that. So wherever there's a worthy quest, I know that Izzy's always there.
Well, my home does reside to the south anyway, so I'll just be closer to home that way. So I'm Tim. If you want, you have a companion in myself.
Thank you.
All right. The crew stays together. I think we can persuade Isolt that this is a worthy quest. Find the dragon.
And at that exact moment, do we hear the door open?
Oh, well, actually, no. It's a dum 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 dum.
Yeah, because the door's locked. You guys
Yeah.
didn't unlock the front door.
When Leilon jumps, like, oh!
Oh, is that Jenkins trying to get out?
No, I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
DJ, as you go, you kind of see Old Man Jenkins is kind of flopped to his side, and with the bowl of porridge, he's just trying to like do the.
Oh, so he is. I was gonna check to see if he was alive.
Old Man Jenkins partying to the day he dies.
Exactly. Okay, good. Whew, all right.
I survived another one.
All right, I'll get the door.
Yep, you open the door after unlocking it, and there before you, is the hair up or down? So,
I think I would have put it up as I was walking.
Mhm.
Get into. Okay, time to switch gears.
Yes,
Yep.
but I give her the smile, and I said, "Oh, welcome back, conquering warrior."
Oh goodness! if you write a song titled that, I will be very annoyed and walk in. Good morning, everyone.
mm-hmm.
Good morning, Isolt.
Good morning, Izzy. And she like looks at Hannibin and they just giggle because they did a match for Isolt, and Holly was like, they just put Holly down 3 times for who she's gonna marry.
Oh, that's wonderful. Man, this is like the ultimate walk of shame, except Isolt has no shame about this whatsoever. She's just like, yeah, I had a great night. What are y'all gonna say about it? Oh, Inqua. And I'll go immediately over to the plate that I see set aside. Thank you.
Oh, you are very welcome. You need to keep your strength up. You know what I mean? Wink.
Very important.
Says wink.
I know.
He says wink.
He went through my head. Inquest said
That's
wink.
right, wink.
And I'll just look back at him and grin and say, for any kind of activity, and actually wink back. She has
Let
no
me see.
shame.
No, let me see if everything else is ready. He's gonna go to the oven and pull out the honey cakes and the travel cakes that we have for later, and then the concoction that Winley and Hannibin created last night,
Yeah.
just to see what it looks like. I'm very curious.
You look at it, and it's browned on the top. You cut through it, and it cooked through, but it's not like. It's kind of.
What does it smell like?
It doesn't, unless you put in some like sugar and spices
Absolutely
for
not,
like
no.
exfoliation, Winley.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Any sugar for exfoliation?
I
in there?
think a little, maybe, yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You smell it's slightly salty, sweet. Like
I mean, I want to try it. I am very curious. What is it?
Like-
Yeah. Did it bake? What I'm imagining right now is like a baked souffle or something that like looks brown on the top, but like has something in the middle, and is like.
Yeah.
Not what a mask is gonna do. It's just gonna be awful. There's no magic.
Well, I mean, you know, you get a lush mask and accidentally eat it once or twice. Not that this has happened to me, but like, and you realize,
Hypothetically.
oh, it's actually, yeah, exactly. You're like,
Tell
oh,
us
this actually doesn't
more
taste
about
that
your
bad.
life.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
It tastes very eggy, like really eggy.
Not my cup of tea, but yeah, to each their own.
I agree with Darjan.
Back to the pork.
Yep. Winnie's there with the second sausage. Oh, you should really try the beef one. It's really good.
Well, it looks like there's a selection of everything, so I'll tuck in. But I'm also gauging the mood of the room because I imagine that things got a little somber, and I'm just like, you know, take a sip of hot tea, put the mug down, fold my hands. All right, what did I miss?
Well, we have a new quest. If we know where the dragon was last.
Where?
It's the name of the place.
Southwest of Leilon, I think,
Yes,
right?
Leilon, thank you.
Oh, interesting. I wonder why it's heading in that direction. I would imagine
North.
dragon would. Well, I imagine would be. Yeah, I would have imagined that a nice dragon would be in the mountains of the north. It seems stereotypical.
Maybe the Reavers found its lair.
Maybe, since they were bloody useless at actually being here, like they were hired to be.
No, they weren't hired to be here. They were hired to hunt it down.
Well, then they're bloody useless at that too.
I agree. They should have been through here if they were tracking the dragon, since it's been here repeatedly. But
Yeah, so Izzy, we were talking about how, you know, Rhonda needs to go back to her family and Leilon, and we could make sure she gets there safely. And, well, Tim here, he really wants to go after that dragon. So if it's still in the area, I mean, I don't know if we're ready or not, but I wouldn't want Tim to go by himself.
Going by yourself would be suicide.
Maybe.
No. The five of us together, I don't think stand much of a chance. Going alone is certain suicide. And I'm not one to stand by and let that happen.
Well, your help would be appreciated.
And I'm just watching Tim because I'm getting a sense, like, I don't know if you want me to roll an insight or whatever, but I'm getting a sense off of him. Just like, something's up.
And I'm looking at it, so going, yeah, you know, like basically trying to, you know, and then look at Tim like, listen, and then go, yeah. Because I'm not subtle.
Subtlety is for civilians.
Not gonna ask for an insight, but roll a perception check.
Okay. That is a 14.
14. You're observing a lot about Tim, and you're looking up and down, and you kind of like lock eyes for a moment. And you notice just almost imperceptibly, but just on the rim of his very brown eyes, just seems to be almost like a teal blue color.
And he has very brown eyes. I would have noticed that before. It's like, And I'll put that aside to ask about later because I don't want to be. I don't want to like grab his chin and look into his eyes in front of everyone. That would go over very poorly, I think.
Whoa, you have a mode.
Insult. I mean, come on.
I have a what? Anyway, so yeah, I'll notice that and just like, all right, well, then if we are to chase down this dragon, oh come on, like hell am I going to let you go off into story without me?
Raise a cup of tea.
All right.
Argent sword. Yes.
As Inqua returns, Winley's saying, after last night's dinner and this amazing breakfast, I thought this daily affirmation would be perfect. I take in and give out nourishment in perfect balance. Whether that's a great meal or a rousing song, I was just thinking about what kind of nourishment I can give out. And, whether it be my healing or just, a cheery spirit or a helpful word. Or last night I sketched us out matching outfits for the Argent sword. And she lays out her drawings and just goes over the whole scheme. It's all silver. And she's hoping embroidered is a sword and then a silver horseshoe in honor of Bessie.
Oh my goodness.
And it's all different, but there's each one has silver accents. And so she says, so yeah, I don't know where we can get these done, but maybe a bigger town like Neverwinter. But let's really check this out because we can't let those Reavers be the only one with matching outfits.
Yeah.
I think it's a fabulous idea.
And I've been looking at that fringe you've been rocking and thinking that might be, yeah.
Oh, I think fringe would look wonderful on you, Darjan.
It really would. This is a lovely idea. Finley. I
Wait,
think...
do the outfits for the Argent sword have fringe on them?
Oh no, of course not. They are vastly inferior.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and she does a speech about the outfits, creating teamwork and us really balancing each other. And after the speech, everyone feels so inspired and bolstered in their health. And then we all, the 5 of us plus Hannibin, have 7 temporary hit points.
Yes.
What is it? Wasn't it Argent swords? Was it sword or swords?
I think it was
I think
singular.
it's singular.
I thought it was plural. Oh.
I thought it was plural, but I'd have to go back and look.
That we
Mostly
were the Argent
because there's
sword.
That's a good point, but we do also have multiple swords, so it could go either way.
I think a singular. We'll talk about this on the way, but
Yeah,
I think a singular sword is more.
Yeah, because then we're together,
Stick
we're
it.
all one.
Yeah.
For the sake of the motif, sure. And I pat my unicorn pommeled sword at my hip. All right. Do we have anything that we need to wrap up here in town before we
Sorry,
leave?
you said 7, right? Winnie? 7 temporary.
Yes.
Well, we do need to get our silvered stuff from the blacksmith. I don't know if she's still working on some of that.
Well, we can certainly check in on that. And then I suppose talk to Rhonda and offer
Yes.
her the trip.
I'll
Is
go with
she-
you, Tim, to go get the swords. Let's go.
Oh, and the arrows and whatnot as well.
Mhm.
Right.
And we got to figure out, are Winton and Durden down with us too?
Oh, I thought they were gonna rebuild the team for the mines.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna come with us, but we can say bye to them.
As you said, Winton Dirt, and they've got some cheese and some of the cranberries kind of in the scruff of the beard, and they're like, well, yeah, since you're going to Leilon, we'll be heading up north to Neverwinter, so I mean we could probably, unless you're going for a straight shot, if you're trying to catch a dragon, maybe go for a straight shot. It'll be a little bit on the bumpier side, but
Well, can we take horses if it's a straight shot? And I'm figuring it'll be faster to travel by horse if we can rent some out.
Where is this place on the map that's on Roll20?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask too.
yes, I believe it's more like here.
About
That's
there.
open plains. Yeah, we could
Or,
take.
sorry, it's on the coast, so it's there.
Ah.
On the Mirror of Dead Men.
I was gonna say
Great.
thanks. Thanks.
Great.
Let me make sure because
Sounds promising.
let me get a Sword Coast map because Wait, why am I doing this? I've got the D&D Essentials Kit, which provides you everything you need to do and play your own very game of Dragon of Icespire Peak. And at the front of it, there's a map. Okay.
If it is near a mere or a marshland, I don't think horses would be
It is.
faster.
Well, but we'd get all the way across the plains first because I mean the mere wouldn't be until the other side of the road.
Okay, here we go.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't be going through it.
Yeah, it's not in the mirror. It is along the coast here.
Got it.
Cool. How far of a trek is that, do we think, if we're able to get horses?
If you get horses, that's easily a day, or like less than a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like definitely one traveling period.
Yeah.
If you walk, then I would say, because each of those hexes are 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 30. You could push 1 day as well, or it'd be 1.5.
Are there horses in this town? I only remember the other horses being from the Reavers, and I don't think we've seen a horse, have we?
You mention horses, and at that point, Winnie's like, well, I mean, I've got a couple.
Oh,
Well, I have one that I rode to Neverwinter. She needs some rest. So I basically have 2. And then if we're taking Rhonda, I would assume Rhonda would be in a small little half cart as opposed to walking the whole way.
If her leg looked pretty bad from what I understand, even with magical healing, it's gonna need some rest. So a little half cart would probably be for the best.
So 2 horse, but then that would be and then she points over to Hannah. Is she joining us, or
If she would like to.
Hannah Ben is just kind of like doing the little thing with the fringe and like, sure. I mean, you mentioned going to this Leilon as an option to live.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
So
Right.
it may be best then to get to have a single horse in the half cart just so that Rhonda can ride comfortably. If it's only about 30 miles away.
Well, if
And
we're
our
going through the
stuff.
plains, a cart's not a great idea. She should just sit on the back of a horse with someone else. And I can ask around and see if anyone else is willing to loan us a horse. I mean, I have money after everything we've done, so
Mm-hmm.
Well, can she sit on a horse with her leg like that? Or
yeah.
okay.
As long as she's not doing like the kicking for it or anything. If she's riding with someone else who's light, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I can ride with Rhonda. That's cool. Cool.
Cool.
cool.
All right. Well then, it sounds like we have some provisions that we need to start hunting up. Winnie, do you know anyone else who might be able to rent us a horse?
You would have to probably talk with one of the farmers named
Farman. I'm sorry. I have to tease you a little.
Yep.
Harmon, Bolin, Winton, Durton.
All of the end names.
All the
Or the
end
us, you can do another
Because it's the end of the world as we know it.
All right, let me pull up my
I feel
Phandalin
fine.
cheat sheet. I have more people's names.
I took psychic damage from that.
I mean, you could probably talk to Manford. And at the moment she says Manford, Inqua, you remember as the guy you sold your wheat to.
My weed?
Yeah, brah, the stuff from
Wheat?
Goldfield's rocking.
Yeah.
No, your wheat and barley too.
Got it. Oh, from the one shot that we did, right? The first episode. Got it.
Yeah, the very first
The
episode.
one shot. The one shot that's turned into, what is this now, 21?
Yep.
No.
This is a
This was gonna
true
be
Quest and
mine.
Chaos one shot.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew!
Or a short shot, really.
Short
But
shot. Mm.
what was his name? Say his name.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. One more time.
Manford.
Manford.
Manford Man, yes.
Oh yeah. I remember. Oh yeah, Manford. He can probably help us out with provisions and what we need to get on the journey. I am going to finish on cleaning up here, but if you tell him Inqua, then I'm sure whoever goes to speak with him can get what we need.
Well,
Yeah, and we'll be coming back with your silver arrows and whatnot.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
How much did it cost you to get your sword silvered, Tim?
Oh, I have sort of a special arrangement. I'm having something made, so it's going to cost me 50 gold, plus the materials that I delivered.
Oh, I see. All right, I may want to tag along. If it sounds like this may take us a little bit to collect all of the things that we need, possibly into tomorrow? ?
Yeah, and I don't expect. I mean, it'd be amazing if I show up and the sword's already done, but I wouldn't hold my breath for that.
Sure. Well, if that's the case, then I'll come along with you and see if I can get my sword silvered. Because I'd like to not be caught unawares again.
And Winley, did you want your hand axe? I remember that hand axe.
I'm sure you do. There's a bit of a scar where that used to be.
Yeah. I'm going to see if they can silver it and put little rhinestones on it. I have these gems.
Yep, you do.
I have those.
The little semi-precious things. All right. Well, it sounds like we have our work cut out for us today. So let's get to it.
Okay.
Haggling montage.
Haggling
Exactly.
montage.
100%.
Yeah, unless there's anything someone particularly wants to role play.
Well, we need to make sure Rhonda is cool with us taking her.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So who's gonna go check in on Rhonda then? We can role play that, but then everything else will do a little.
Winley!
Yeah, Winley will go. She might ask Winnie to come with her, since Winnie actually got to see Rhonda's family, and maybe soften her up.
Mhm.
You missed the opportunity to completely offload it entirely on Winley. Or on Winnie, sorry.
No, Winley feels bad. She's stepping up. And she wants to bring Toblin and Merkel, and she wants to bring breakfast for the people at the infirmary.
Mm-hmm. And Inqua made quite a bit.
Yeah.
And also, just for the sake of the math, because that's going to be a lot of math, let's just say that for what you guys were able to sell, and you're covered on the map end for working at the Stonehill Inn. So.
Wait, what do you mean covered? What do you mean covered on the map?
Yeah. At no point did you lose money. Everybody paid. We'll just say it.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, we broke even, is what you're saying.
We'll say it's on the even side.
Got it.
We got fed well and a place to
Yeah.
sleep and had a fun evening. I think breaking even.
Stole
sounds
those
great.
spices. We are doing good. Yeah.
Like a hostel, we worked for our
right.
night.
But yes, you return to Merkel and Toblin. At this point, Toblin has now is taking a rest, and Merkel is the one who's standing. And slowly, some people are starting to rouse, and they see you and Winnie just carrying a few plates.
Morning, everyone. And she says quietly, in case some people are still sleeping.
If I knew the Dalens would make such an angel, I would never have left.
Oh, stop. And she finds a clear table to start kind of setting up the spread.
Mm-hmm. Set it up. Rhonda kind of begins to wheel over, noticing that Winnie's there, and they get close up together, and they start to converse as you finish placing down your plates.
Oh, morning, Rhonda. Well, Winnie has a little bit of good news for you.
Yeah, I heard. I would very much like to see my family, and I would appreciate it if you were able to escort me.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what we were gonna come and offer.
Excellent. And she looks over at Winnie, who gives a nod. Roll an insight check.
Dang it. Actually grab my dice here.
We weren't gonna roll dice today.
Yeah, this is all role play. Okay.
We have all the role play to do. Who needs to roll dice?
Ooh, that was a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah, she's fed and she is so alert.
So on it, and as you're so on it, you notice that when they look at each other, there's a little something there.
And Winley puts that in the back of her head. She's like, ooh, more mash to do on the way.
This is amazing.
So, yeah, you log that in the back of your mind as they kind of give a bit of a glance at one another. But then when he's like, all right, we need to go get horses, right? Let's see if we can get an additional horse.
Yep.
All right. So, we'll say for the next 2 days, we'll say 3 days. 3 days, silver swords is sold. It will. Did you have any extra silver pieces?
I do have 100 silver pieces.
100 silver pieces, or sorry, not silver, but like silver nuggets.
Oh yeah, I would have definitely like brought a little sack of them with me because I knew I wanted to do this, and it felt suitable.
So we'll say similarly, you're able to hand that off. It'll be 50 gold with the materials, mainly for the work.
Okay. Then I'll give them 5 platinum.
5 platinum. Let's see. You all get your silver weapons. Oh, and Winley's similar situation.
Yeah, she would have wanted to silver her hand axe and whatever arrows she had for her hand crossbow.
For her hand crossbow. Okay.
And she would have asked, so I also have these little gems, and I wasn't sure, like, somewhere on the handle of my hand axe, if it, we could maybe, like, decorate it with those.
As I told your dragonborn friend, I'm not the greatest at fine work. If you're willing to let me try, but also I have his thing that I need to handle. Maybe if you check in a more metropolitan area, they could get you.
Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't want you to interrupt the other work.
Okay. But so for how many bolts are you getting silvered?
I don't remember how. I think I only have 10.
Only 10
on me.
So let's see. I made what was it, for 20 arrows, 50 gold pieces. We'll say you had enough silver, so 75 for the hand axe as well as the bolts.
Do you need more bolts?
Winley?
Yeah.
She's not really using her crossbow all that often.
I have totally forgotten what DJ asked for her stuff to be done.
DJ didn't come with you. Didn't come with us.
That's why I don't remember.
I also want to say, going way back to Nomengard, because I forgot this, I have a shock and drop that I want to attach to my sword.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So like I have like a leather glove or whatever I would need to insulate my hand from it and like attach it to the base of the blade.
And as you hold it, there is kind of a moment of a and it is locked on there. And I believe I sent you the stats for that.
Yeah, I have it. That's actually why I remembered, because I was looking through my equipment and went, oh my god, I need to do this.
Amazing. Hey, James, really quick, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. There'll be a mash for you at the end of this session.
Yay.
I got so into it, Winley, Laura. Thank you.
So we'll say over the period of time, Ink, while you approach, as well as maybe Winnie approach Manford about a horse, roll, because with Winnie there as well, roll a persuasion check at advantage.
Nat 20
Nat 20.
with advantage.
We're wasting all of these.
Here we are. Yeah.
So you approach Manfred and you have the conversation. He's like, "Oh wow, that does sound very important. How does? Do you know how long you'll be away for?"
It's hard to say at this point, but I mean, since it is in the direction of my home, I can always send things back up.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you know.
How about? Looks over at Winnie. How about renting for an unspecified amount of time? 15 gold.
50 or 15?
15.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay, cool.
I was actually going to give him 20.
20.
Yeah.
And he sees that and he's floored, and it's just like, thank you very much.
We've done business before together, so it's of course.
Gives a smile, and at the end of all of that, you've had your rests at the Stonehill Inn. You've worked it a couple times. Everything is good. Morning, we'll say 3 or 4 days later. Yeah, it's a little soft on that end. You all check in with Lenen, who gives you all your weapons, all silver. Tim, when you arrive, Lenen does say, it's like, well, because I need to make everything else first, I will begin your cold iron and steel thing now. But we will see how that turns out when you return.
Okay. Thank you.
It's going to be a fun experiment. See the glint in her eye as she goes back in, and sweat on the brow. She's been working hard for y'all most of these past few days, and she's just down to have a fun little thing to work with. All right. So at the end
and somewhere in that, although I don't need to role play it, I would have visited Halia and told her, you know, this is what we're doing. We're gonna try and deal with this problem. I promise I'm not kissing and running, basically.
You say that, she smiles, she understands, and she wishes for your safe and soon return.
My heart.
But yes, it is the morning of. Everything is all prepared. You have gotten Rhonda onto the horse, and are you all ready to head to Leilon?
We are. And as we set out, Winley, because it's been a new day, so she, just so we can keep our temporary hit points, she has a new affirmation for you. My body takes me everywhere, easily and effortlessly. And then she kind of, as we're, starting our journey, she goes on, though this is going to be an easy journey, it's fine. We're bolstered, we're strong. And she's kind of pumping everybody up and getting us ready mentally for this, what is hopefully an easy journey to Leilon.
Oh, and when she says that about, my body takes me where I want to go easily, and Assault just snorts quietly. She's like, nope, I'm old. My body doesn't go anywhere easily.
It's all in the mind, Izzy.
Yeah, tell that to my joints first thing in the morning.
So since because you took that time to already do that, Winton and Durton had left. Do you plan to go up and then take the road and then down, or just cut straight down?
Well, I think the point of having all of the horses was specifically to go across the plains and make as straight a shot as we can.
So you have, I will say, you have 2 of Winnie's horses, one of which is holding Rhonda. So you have a horse from Manfred and a horse from Winnie. So you have technically 3 horses.
Okay.
For the
5
8
of us. Oh.
Or 7? 7.
We didn't. If we didn't have enough horses, I would have.
Oh no, 8.
Around
It is 8.
I would have gone around the town and tried to like even purchase if I needed to.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought that Manfred had more than one horse. No,
He's letting you borrow 1 horse
just one.
because he needs.
In that
the
case,
other-
he would have went, come on, back, reverse role playing.
That's a nat 20.
One. That's why I was like, a 15 for a horse, a fleet of horses? 20.
Okay. We'll say Manfred is able to provide 2.
Okay.
How
much
Need
prices?
at least a couple to make sure his farm continues to run.
When we stopped by Luen, did we would have brought up that we were looking for horses? I mean, to anyone that we were talking to, but
So let's see.
would she know?
2, 3, 4. So you have 4 horses, and there's 8 of you.
If we double up.
Yeah, doubling up and shifting
There's-
off between walking with the horses and riding.
That'll be slow enough that we might as well have just had the cart and a single horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look to see if anyone's willing to rent or sell.
Okay.
I can see. No, I can see Tim wanting to have a horse.
Well, no,
Mhm.
we're trying to, because we've waited here for a while, which
Yeah.
I'm trying to make up for lost time. I don't want that
Yeah.
dragon to.
Okay.
Yeah,
In that
and
case-
at least 2 of us are in heavy armor. We really shouldn't be doubling up with people.
That's a
We're
good
doubling up on a horse. That's poor horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
And-
Can Inqua try and guilt Manfred into, because he's lost Bessie,
Aw.
to let him. Come on,
Or
man.
does Harbin have any horses?
Oh yeah, and Harbin. That.
Oh fuck. It. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say
You were
that.
really hoping to not have to do that voice today, weren't you?
I'll say.
Well, I'll say. So Inqua, I will say Manfred pretty stands firm because he does need the horses to run the farm. So y'all gonna check out a Harbin?
Not all of us. Whoever can tolerate him can.
Does Luen?
Lenen? Lenen does not have a horse.
No, does she know anyone?
Oh,
we're in the networking phase right now of like.
Isolt
anyone
has
who-
an inn, if you know what I mean, with someone that works with Harbin a lot and could maybe request some horses for some type of project.
They kind of hate each other.
Well, but he does. I mean, but she is the head. She, kind of deals with security and the, perimeter and stuff. Maybe they need
Sure.
some horses for something.
Yeah,
Dargon?
well,
And Darjan and I get along with Harbin.
yeah, you 2 have fun.
There you go. Okay.
Isolt wants to break his legs and leave him on the floor somewhere. She's more restrained than that, but she doesn't like him at all.
I think if we talk to him and tell him that we were going to go see if we can get that dragon before it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if when we are asking about this, we're mentioning like, yeah, we heard the dragon is over here. We need to go get
need
to
to
it.
go.
Does anyone have
Yeah.
horses? And
Yeah.
so if anyone in the village is like, oh, they want horses to go get the dragon, I don't know how much word of mouth would spread, but
Mhm.
wink, wink.
Wink.
That's a good point. That's a good
I learned it from Inqua.
point.
What,
So-
saying wink?
Saying
Yeah.
wink.
If you
yes.
say wink, it seems to work. So
No, but it's a good point that we would do that.
Mhm. You engage with the town folks during your time here, and eventually it does basically lead you to Harbin. So you 2 find your way over there, and you notice the house is a little different than before. The door is significantly sturdier, and the windows are completely boarded up. And as you knock, just like,
I was gonna say if we're gonna go talk to him, we show up with a bottle of wine, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Just want to make that clear before.
mhm.
We could get one from the bar. Come on.
So you 2 arrive for a bottle of wine. Let's see. Are you guys going fine or
Medium.
medium?
Because we don't want to say that we have a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
let's get a very fancy bottle and cheap wine and just turn it out.
Do we
Yeah.
spice it? We could always doctor it up.
we could.
I bet Inqua could spice the hell out of a wine.
Are you talking like a mulled wine or? It doesn't matter. Go talk to that dummy and get us some horses. Get him drunk and get us some horses.
There we go. Sounds good.
In that case, depending on if you're feeling it, the bottle would cost 5 gold.
Okay.
Okay. So you arrive at Harbin's place and you notice that it is like bunkered down.
Oh, so he's going to want to see some people like us, right?
Yeah.
Y'all knock.
I will ring the doorbell.
Darjan knocks, and from the inside you just hear, "Oh, I am a bit preoccupied at the moment.
We brought wine.
Oh, it's is that Tim?
Yep.
All right. Did you happen to bring the lovely elf lady with you?"
I nudge
Yes.
Argent.
Oh, I'm here too.
All right. Is there a dragon out there?
No, there's not right now.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay. 21.
21. You say, "No, there's not," and you just wait for a bit and you hear it. Notices you two, and you just see like a couple of eyes, and you kind of see the mustache kind of curled around. You wave.
No, I got the bottle.
Yeah, he's
You
got the
wave the
bottle.
bottle.
I just wave.
All right. Come on.
Yeah.
Closes the door, locks it up, and then you just see a tkum, tkum, tkum.
I memorize.
You notice there's like 4 different latches that just kind of come down across the door.
Glasses?
All right. It's been a minute since I have seen some folks. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say you've been bunkered down in here.
well, as mayor of Phandalin, I need to be the last place of defense should Crowvane return.
That sounds nice.
I wish I could say that this was all pleasure, but that's actually why we're here.
Are you gonna handle the dragon?
We need horses to
get out there.
Spotted down in Leilon.
All right. I see. And if it could come
We're
down,
trying to get transportation to get there before it. We don't know if it'll still be there by the time we get there. So we're hoping that we can get some fast transportation. We've been having trouble. There aren't many horses in this town.
And we know that you are situated in a great place for that.
okay, yeah, I certainly am. And I must say, those reavers that Halia ordered apparently, as we have seen, have not done the job. And I sincerely say this. I do believe that you all would handle this significantly better.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
All right. Well, I see you got one of my favorite bottles. How many horses are you in need of?
How many do we have right now? We have 4. We need 4 more if we can get them.
If we can get 4 horses, we should be able to get there.
All right, 4 horses. Let me call on some. I can't call people. Let me call on some people, and we'll see what can be situated here.
Now, we've already talked to the farmer
And Winnie.
and Winnie.
Man, for Winnie. All right. I feel if I put my weight on a couple of people, we'll be able to secure your some transportation.
Yeah, I knew we came to the right place, Tim.
Well, let's crack open that bottle of wine, shall we?
Yes, please.
So we'll say that the evening or the day, the negotiations progress. Just roll a persuasion check for me, please. With advantage since
Oh,
Since
you have
Vance
Tim
won.
working with you and the wine.
persuasion. Okay, that's 24.
24. So we will say at the end of this this little time montage, displaced events. He's able to secure you without any charge from you 2 additional horses. So you have 6 horses.
What if there is charge? Do we think that we could get more if we're willing to spend a little?
From what you get from Harbin is that this is what they can
Okay.
get you at the moment.
And we can probably get Winley and Hannibin to double up, and Rhonda and Winnie double up, because they're all small, and then the rest of us can have our own.
Okay.
Awesome.
So with 6
Rohirrim.
horses,
Yeah.
you are all making your way southwest towards Leilon. They are Leilon bound. I did not
Hey,
lie.
the title was accurate. You did not say that we arrived at Leilon, just that we were bound there.
Bound for Leilon. But as you ride, this day being particularly nice, it's that fall weather, but it's like a cool breeze. Currently going around, and you see across the sky rather large and puffy cumulonimbus clouds, the ones that just kind of like fluff up across the sky like flat bottoms, and kind of got the Pixar Toy Story look about them. And it's quite nice. And since you're going a little off-road, the breeze just coasts across the tall grass, giving them a bit of a rustle as you go by. And yeah, it's a pretty uneventful ride. But as you pass by, I believe it's the high road right there, right? Where's the map? Yes. So you first hit the high road. You hit the high road, and quite a bit of traffic is going on at the moment comparatively to what roads you've seen. You were able to go over the hills nice and easy, and then there before you, kind of like a 4-lane highway, 2 going this way, 2 going that way. As you're riding up in those 10 minutes that you can see it, it is, you count at least 20, 30 different carts or caravans of people just moving back and forth, north and south. And you cross by and you just bisect it, making sure you don't run over anybody.
Before we go too far, can we
Mhm.
ask travelers going north if there's talk of a dragon from where they have been coming from?
Yes. You're able to stop a caravan, and you see one that is being headed by a mercenary who's got kind of blonde hair, green eyes, and very stocky figure, but stands tall and proud as he looks over at you. It's like, oh yes, I saw it kind of around this area, but well, thankfully we haven't seen anything else since.
How
Yes.
long ago was that, sir?
By our, when we were heading from up south, there was talks of it about 6 or 7 days ago.
And no knowledge of which way it left?
Not to my knowledge, no, I wasn't privy to that, and thankfully I've been keeping the eye out, but been fortunate not to have anything of interest cross by.
Thank you.
Certainly. Hop! And they continue to walk with their caravan. Yes, so you pass by and continue to ride. And as you get closer and closer to the coast, you notice that the clouds take on a darker hue, and they begin to shift more into that kind of stratus cloud, the ones that just like go across the entire sky and just it's gray and darkened. And as you look, it's those kinds of clouds that promise rain. And as you ride, you begin to see those like moments of the dark outlines of what would be rain piercing the sky as you continue to move forward. And eventually that sound just hits you, and it is just coming down in buckets.
Winley's miserable. I'm not dressed for this.
Put up. Yep.
Hannabin, who is also wearing it's been a few days. I don't know if you've been trading off clothes.
Yeah, we've been trying to do like the matching outfits thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or Winley insists at this point. I can't tell if Hannabin actually likes it or not.
Hannabin is very much enjoying the dresses, but also had a cloak. So when the rain comes, just like, I'm assuming you all have cloaks that you can put over. But as you continue to go down and you get to, as you bisect the high road, you do notice that there's a bit of a dirt path that's just kind of made from travel, leading more towards Leilon. And as you do, this rain coming down heavily, you see a small figure just kind of waddling in the direction of where you're headed.
Does it look like a humanoid small figure?
Looks humanoid, has a cloak as you continue to approach.
Okay. I'll scoop my horse a little bit so that we're not like directly behind the person.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't intend to stop unless I feel like we need to.
Right, same.
Okay.
I guess just when going by, just kind of nod and see if they look like they're in distress, or acknowledge.
Mm-hmm. You pass by and they kind of look up at you, and it's an older halfling male. They kind of just look at you, and Tim and Inqua, roll me insight checks.
9.
7.
7. Okay.
Yep, that's a halfling.
It's a halfling.
Basically, yeah. Very just like, oh, that's an older halfling. They're kind of, not too pleased about the rain. But they continue to waddle on as you ride on past.
I guess we haven't been here before. Would we assume that they would reach their destination safely by nightfall from where we are?
By now, since you left in the morning and they're walking, yeah.
Okay.
Based on the map that you're able to do, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you give the nod. They kind of just look at you as you all ride on by. Yeah. But with the rain coming down in buckets, you continue westward and eventually begin to see off in the horizon a small wall with few buildings peering above it. And even though in this muted gray rain, you can tell it's quite colorful. And as you approach closer, you eventually make your way to what is the walls of Leilon. And from this side, coming from the east, it is interestingly enough, a solid stone kind of, not like one smooth granite kind of deal, but as if almost like covered in, what's the word I'm looking for? Not paper mache, but like that texture from paper mache. that just it's a little bit bumpy, but it just kind of rides all the way across. With some what am I looking for? What is the words I am looking for? With some walkways on top. And even these walls itself are upon raised bits of earth that are about 10 or so feet tall. And then the wall itself is placed on top. And since you're approaching from the east side, you actually do have to come a bit around to either the north or the south side to get into the entrance.
Okay, well, we have Rhonda with us. She's from here.
Mhm.
Where would she say to go?
Rhonda points over to the northern end.
Okay. Then
So as you hook around the circumference of the wall, you reach a more defined road, and it leads into the gate with a pretty sizable portcullis gate that's just like would come down, but it is open at the moment, and you see a couple guards who stand before you and just like, excuse me, state your business.
We're escorting someone, and also, we heard there was a dragon around here.
At which point the guard is like, "Oh, okay. Who is the member, and where are they headed to?" Show off to Rhonda, and Rhonda's like, "I'm part of the." I was about to say an N name. I'm part of the Tucker family, Rhonda Tucker. And they're like, look at one another. One of them affirms, very well, and well, sure, kill the dragon. But you're free to enter.
Where?
Oh, free to enter, go ahead.
Do you know, but have you been keeping track on where it was last spotted? I would assume that if anyone would know, be keeping an eye on that, it would be gentlemen such as yourselves.
Well, I mean, Roy here was the one who was on and watched that night. What'd you see, Roy? Oh, well, when I was watching, there was there's a dragon. It's kind of flying. I didn't get to shoot it because Leonard was the one who got the shot that kind of hurried it away. And then it just kind of flew around a bit, and when she was like, wasn't that kind of a scary of a dragon? You know, it's pretty sad. Want to just put it out of its misery. It
Can we
looks
speak to
sad."
your supervisor?
You mentioned that, and Roy.
Oh
It's like-
no!
Like, oh, Roy.
And at that moment, Roy kind of just looks at you and just like, "Oh, sure, yeah, you can totally talk to them. They're just over there at Nanya business." Gets a slap.
Ink was done talking.
Let's find somewhere in out of the rain.
Thank you.
Certainly. Gives you a bit of a wink. But you all enter the main thoroughway of Leilon. And from this northern side, you find that this is more of the agricultural kind of, I guess, kind of crescent, if you will, as you can see from the wall that there's the larger town south on the southern side. And from here, you see just like a couple of small plots of land that have been allocated with some farmhouses from larger buildings. And it's compared to like Phandalin, which was much more like open and free. This one is much more parceled out and contained. And as Rhonda points out, there is over there a slightly larger home with a barn off to the side with a few fields filled with let's see, it's wintertime, so like cabbages and yams. You can see like the green tops coming out, and Inkwa especially is like, oh yes, there's that, and oh yes, there's a bit of some. That's an interesting choice at this time of year, but okay. But yes, you have finally arrived to Rhonda's home.
Yay!
Yay! Uneventful travel. I don't know what to do with this.
I know.
It's be like, yay for Rhonda, yay, yay for Rhonda. Yay for Rhonda, yay, yay for Rhonda.
Would we be able to leave the horses with her and then go into town to find a place to sleep for the night? Does that sound? What are people thinking?
Well, I mean, it's entirely possible that any good inn would have a good stable attached
Yeah,
to
that's
it.
what I'm thinking. We get the.
But I feel like this city is larger than.
Much larger.
I mean, we might look into getting those uniforms, Winley. If there's a tailor in town,
Oh.
maybe see if they've got a nice armory somewhere where we can kind of upgrade if we need to.
Yeah.
We need to find out who's been keeping track of the dragon here, if anybody.
That's probably the most poignant thing, DJ. Yes.
So Winley's like, but maybe we could find those accommodations and just freshen up a little. As she's like soaking wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask Rhonda if she knows of an inn that's relatively close by that has a stable that's big enough to handle all of these horses.
There's only 6.
That's a lot of horses to inflict upon a stable.
If anywhere, you would probably check out the Sunset Horizon, but it is a little on the hoity-toity side, if you will.
I love hoity-toity.
But before we do that, I'm pretty sure my parents would love to meet you all.
Oh.
I'd like to meet your
We
parents.
would love to meet them.
Okay, excellent. At which point you all arrive at the door, and who's gonna do the knocking?
I'll hop. Sure, go ahead, DJ.
Darjan, you open the door, and there standing before you is a large, brusque man with very salt and pepper kind of beard, brownish skin on the inside, or it's covering, and then like a very short, just like hair, just like kept as short as possible, but it's at kind of going a little bit. We'll probably need to trim it, but he stands there very gruff, looking at you. It's like, can I help you?
We have accompanied Rhonda back to her house.
And you just see this man with wrinkles and frown just ingrained in his face, just kind of, Ronnie, and just like goes over and just like scoops her up, and he's like, Dad, he's like, Osha. At which point you see a woman of a little on the larger side, but like has a long black hair that has been like tied to the back, similarly darker brown skin, just kind of looking, and she's like, oh, Ronnie, and they all just kind of swarm in on Rhonda there, who's just like, guys, mom, dad. They're just kind of nuzzling up in there.
And I will say, well, we are so pleased to meet you.
At which point Brian comes up, he's like, I'm sorry, I lost a bit of my composure there. Please come in. Please.
My name is Darjan.
Darjan, and who are your friends? Who has brought us our Ronnie back to us?
And I can introduce everybody as Salt and Windley and Inca and Tim.
Oh, and how about Winnie? Good to see you. And who is this young lady?
Oh, this is Hannibin.
Hannibin. Oh, I'm sorry. so much. Please come in. You are all soaking wet.
Well, we don't need to bother you much, but we wanted to make sure that Rhonda got back.
No bother at all. Elsha and I will prepare you a meal, and you are free to stay. I mean, it's a barn, but I'm sure we could spruce it up for you all a bit.
Your hospitality is very kind, and I think we will gratefully accept anywhere that's dry at the moment.
Excellent. Please do come in.
All right.
Yeah, step inside. It's like just out, like if there's like a little awning or something.
Yeah,
stop just outside and wring out some of my clothes, just so I'm not trotting tons of water in.
As you do, and Winnie helping to wheel in Rhonda, I just made up their name.
The Tuckers.
Tuckers, thank you. Let me just write
Brian
that.
and son.
Yeah.
Bryant and Elsha. Let me type in Tucker. You are escorted into the Tucker family home, at which point you are saved from the rain. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so James, you're mashed before we end.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna marry Isolde. You're gonna live in a shack with your 10 kids in Nomengard, and you're gonna die by an axe in the back from Winley.
Wait, Matt, you put how you're gonna die in your
Yeah,
mash?
it was Winley, hand axe in the back, bitten by a were-rat, tripped and hit your head and died, frozen by cryovane or old age, and it was Winley with the hand axe in the back.
Sorry.
That thing is dangerous.
Oh, that is delightful.
Oh,
Another
my.
name.
Damn it.
Look, it isn't nearly as bad as when all of my characters started with the letter A. I had Aranora, Andraste, and Annika, and Alexandria.
Now you're an ardent sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but Argent is the word for blue or silver. Then there's
Silver. Yeah, no,
there's a lot of silver in this game.
It's perfect.
And
Well,
azure.
Oh.
I hope you all enjoyed that, particularly the mash and the mash that Inqua made and
Do the
the mash that Isolde did.
Oh, brother.
It was cute. Shut
It
up.
was cute. It was.
It was. It was nice.
Cute. Very romantic.
This story is so queer, and I'm so here for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, gotta get my brothers and sisters in there, my siblings.
Bibs.
But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. I hope you enjoyed the story as we all did. We got to see a lot of fun bits. We got to see some serious bits from Tim. And we will continue this adventure. And I can tell you right now, there's got some Winley and Inqua in the future. Some of their stuff is going to be coming out. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Oh, and we got a cat joining us for the final bits here.
Look what I found in the barn, guys.
Also, just as a note for programming, tomorrow we're not doing Chaos Agents, but we will be starting at 6 o'clock as opposed to our usual 7, playing a board game from a Dungeons and Dragons board game. It's apparently made for about 10 years old people, and it'll be perfect for those of us who are playing it, who are mentally between the ages of 8 and 12.
Squeak.
You can catch that all tomorrow. But until then, friends, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you all on Monday. Have a good night.